Right now, somewhere in Tanzania, a man just finished his work for the day. It is exactly 10 a.m. He will not work again today. Instead, he will sit under the shade of a baobab tree, talk with his friends, and watch the sky. He is not lazy, he is not poor, and he is definitely not behind in life. He is doing exactly what humans were biologically designed to do for 300,000 years. His name is Hadza. His tribe has lived in the exact same African savanna for 10,000 years, completely untouched by modern civilization. A few years ago, Western researchers visited them. They strapped high-tech heart rate monitors and GPS trackers onto the Hadza adults. The scientists expected to see superhuman athletes running for their lives, chasing wild beasts 24/7. But when the data came back, the researchers were shocked. The average Hadza adult does moderate physical activity for only 2 hours and 14 minutes a day. 2 hours and 14 minutes. That's it. To hunt, to gather food, to survive. Their heart rates during the rest of the day look like a modern office worker's heart rate on a relaxing Sunday morning. The rest of their day is just life. Now, contrast that with your day. You woke up to a screaming alarm, rushed through a panicked morning, sat in heavy traffic, or stared blankly at a glowing screen. You ate your lunch at your desk, hit a mental wall at 3 p.m., but forced yourself to push through anyway. You came home tonight completely brain-dead, exhausted, and yet, you felt guilty for not doing more. The Hadza man finished his entire day's survival work at 10 a.m. You are still pushing your limits. One of you is living the way nature designed us to live. The other is trapped in a construct. For 99% of human history, no human worked more than a few hours a day. The Kung people of the Kalahari Desert? 2 to 3 hours of work. The Aborigines of Australia? 2 to 3 hours. Every single hunter-gatherer society ever studied by science shows the exact same pattern. Anthropologist Marshall Sahlins looked at this data and called them the original affluent society. Not because they had millions of dollars or luxury cars, but because they had the ultimate currency, time. Then, 10,000 years ago, everything broke. Farming arrived. We are taught in schools that agriculture was a massive upgrade for humanity, but history hiding a dark paradox. Anthropologists examining ancient skeletons discovered that when humans switched from hunting to farming, their bones grew weaker, their height shrank, and brand new diseases emerged. Before farming, humans ate hundreds of different types of wild plants and meats, but agriculture forced humanity to depend on just 1 or 2 crops, like wheat or rice. Humans did not domesticate wheat. Wheat domesticated us. Suddenly, a plant forced humans to stay in one square piece of land, bending their backs from sunrise to sunset, guarding it, watering it, and stressing over the weather. Land created ownership. Ownership created hierarchy. And for the first time in human history, someone at the top needed the people at the bottom to keep working forever. The flexible hours of the ancient world vanished. The hours grew, slowly at first, then completely. By the 1800s, the Industrial Revolution took over. Factory workers were doing 14-hour shifts, 6 days a week, children included. Human beings were being worked until they literally dropped dead on the factory floor. Then, a Welsh mill owner named Robert Owen looked at the chaos and decided to divide 24 hours by 3. He painted a slogan on a protest banner: 8 hours labor, 8 hours recreation, 8 hours rest. There was no scientific research behind this, no biological testing. It was just a political compromise written on a piece of cloth. In 1914, Henry Ford adopted this 8-hour rule for his car factories. He didn't do it because he cared about his workers' mental health. He did it because 3 8-hour shifts perfectly covered 24 hours of non-stop factory production. The math worked perfectly for the machines. And in 1938, that exact factory math became the global law. Look at what this history did to your brain. Tonight, if you sit down on your sofa and do nothing for 10 minutes, you will start to feel anxious. Your hand will automatically reach into your pocket, pull out your phone, and start scrolling through reels. You fill every single quiet pocket of your day with something useful or productive, because your mind has been standardized to believe that rest is a sin. We take laptops to our holiday beach. We check work emails at 11 p.m. We call doing nothing unproductive. The Hadza don't. They sit in the dirt and watch the wind move through the grass. They call it life. That relentless guilt you feel every single day. The voice telling you that you always need to be doing more, achieving more, running faster. You were not born with it. It was built, factory by factory, regulation by regulation, century by century, until you completely forgot that 2 hours of effort a day was once enough to rule this planet. The Hadza man finished his work at 10 a.m. He is laughing with his tribe right now. Somewhere between his reality and yours, your hours were stolen. Not in a violent war, but quietly. One boardroom decision at a time. This is standardization of reality. Subscribe and see the blueprint.